Got it. Okay. It's always the same thing. I see the progress bar, but I think we're already live now. I'm still going to wait for the progress bar to disappear. All right, here we go. So what up, everyone? Sato's there, Shamsi's there, Blue is there. Hey, Blue, good to have you, man. Great to see you. I'm glad you could make it. So, let's give them some shout out. What's up? GYMNET community. Boom. Okay, but other than that, how about we just dive in and get started directly? We have quite a few topics for today, right, Luis? Alberto is also going to join us here in about 3 to 5 minutes. So until he gets here, I suggest that we just, do some small talk as usual, have a sip of coffee. It does taste fresh. I just love that stuff. And yeah, all the talking gives me a dry throat. Even though coffee is not the best thing, water would be better, but now I just filled up some fresh hot coffee. So this week, what has been going on? I mean, hopefully everyone watched the live webinars. We've been getting many attendees. So the webinar attendance is growing again, which is, of course, awesome to see. But it also shows that there's lots of demand, many people having questions about the recent changes that we've applied to Gym Network and Gym Street. So even though we've informed about these the past weeks already, I think it's yet necessary to just go into a little bit more detail once again. So to get everyone involved. So that you all understand what this is about, why we did it. And then when we have Alberto join us, he's also going to talk about some numbers, that led to these decisions and help you understand what we did to the tokenomics, how they got changed or not changed, because the total supply still remains the same. But yeah, what is it that I'm talking about here, Luis? So maybe you want to give a brief summary, and then I'll take over again to go into the details.
Fantastic. Good afternoon, Gym Network family. Good afternoon, each and every participant and the user of this network. We appreciate you, and thank you for joining us once more time again today. Today, we are going to look at a number of things, as Timo has already said. So the major one is the shift from using VBTC as rewards on Gym Street, going back to the GYMNET token offered as a reward of the miners, the virtual miners within Gym Street. So we have an amazing. It's a hard, a difficult decision that has been made, but it's for the benefit of the community and the company as it is. So we are here again just to elaborate that part, as Timo has already said. Why did we change from VBTC to Gym Network token to offer it as a reward on the virtual miners? And there are many benefits, especially for GYMNET token holders, that will be mentioned as we go by. And we believe that Alberto will be joining us shortly, and who will get to us in detail, as he is our mathematical PhD dude here. He is our doctorate dude here. So he will help us to understand in detail that part. We don't want to mess up with his understanding when it comes to the numbers. He will come and explain to you and to all of us so that we get a clear picture and understanding why. And it's not a big issue, but it's all about the advantages that is bringing on board, because Gym Network token, it's all about having that ecosystem that has user cases that are many and that will benefit more people within our community. So Alberto is already on the call. Timo, what did you want to say before we call Alberto as he is on the call right now?
Yeah, it's awesome. Awesome to have you here. Hola, muchacho.
Hello.
Good to have you here. Great you make it. What is up?
Finally made it on time.
So, I mean, we're always in a good mood, right, Luis? But I'm not sure about you, but my mood even increases whenever I see Alberto.
Same with me.
Smiley.
All right. Guys, so what I would like to do here is just give a quick recap, okay? So to get everyone on the same plate, so to give you a like foundation, the basis, so that it will make more sense what we're going to hear from Alberto about these changes that have recently been applied to our platform. So the first thing that we need to look at, and let me bring up my PowerPoint here, start the presentation, and then come back to the Zoom meeting and find the share screen button. So you should now be able to see that slide about the VBTC-GYMNET integration right here. All right. And basically what this was all about, we used to have two tokens. So one was a GYMNET, the rewards token for the decentralized finance platform on Gym Network that we started out with. But then as we launched Gym Street, we also introduced the miners as another product to earn rewards in the metaverse, right? And therefore, in the beginning, it made sense to issue another token, which was VBTC as the miner rewards token. Now, the community started asking like, hey guys, why do we need two tokens? Somehow we get confused about it. And also, wouldn't it be better to just have one so that you can fully focus all your efforts on just that? Also, regarding marketing activities, right? That's another thing to keep in mind when it comes to growing the business and also, you know, spreading the word around it. It's much easier if you just have one. In this case, it's going to remain GYMNET from now on, that we market outside of our own community as well. So what this is all about, basically, VBTC, here it still will be removed. Actually, it already was removed now as minor rewards in favor of GYMNET to remain the only token of our ecosystem. And as you can see here in this graphic, so VBTC got removed and the rewards are now issued in GYMNET from the miners, and the ROI still stays the same as it was the case with VBTC. And you can exchange any existing VBTC that you might still have in your wallet or as pending rewards in your dashboard one by one for GYMNET based on their dollar value. So that's for the background information, what we did. However, in order to make this happen, the miner rewards in the form of GYMNET, they had to come from somewhere, right? And this is what Alberto will talk about to us in much more detail. So I would now like to pass it on to you, Alberto, if you want me to keep the slides open. Otherwise, I can close so we can better see your beautiful face.
No, but it's good. You can keep the facts in there so people may have that as a frame, you know?
Yeah, perfect. I mean, the thing is, we got some questions, right, from the community. So number one, why did you reduce the farming and the vault rewards? And how, you know, what about the token supply? Why did it get extended? Doesn't it mean we will earn less rewards now from the miners? And how is all this working? Why did you do it? So I think there would be no one better than our lead designer to talk about these details to us today.
Yes, of course. I mean, it's at the end of the day, it was a mathematics-based decision. Also inspired by the fact that people weren't understanding or weren't, let's say, taking the full advantage of the dual token situation. So with two tokens, as you said before, it was a bit problematic for some. So maybe making it one would be, you know, easier to understand for everybody and easier to take advantage of. So yeah, the reasons why the change was made are those. And then okay, now that changes have been made, let's explain a little bit why those changes and the reason behind them. So some of the questions, as you said, were regarding the reduced issuance in the vault and in the farm. And well, the plain reason for this is, of course, that the metaverse is the future. Therefore, Jim Street wanted to continue to reward users for participating in the metaverse. Therefore, we had to move tokens around, basically. That there's a fixed amount of tokens, of GYMNET tokens, and these GYMNET tokens are rewarded to users for doing various things, right? So before they were going to the vault and the liquidity farm, and now the majority of them is going to the metaverse via the miners. The reason why this has been done, well, as you said, the idea was, of course, to reduce the complexity of having two tokens, and this way it's only GYMNET everywhere, and GYMNET everybody understands. And the second is that, well, in the vault we've seen not only potential risk, but also reduced rewards, right? Because the vault is a product that uses a third party, in this case Alpaca, and it was the one that was getting the most rewards, and it means a lot of exposure to this third party that we believe is going to be fine. But of course, taking into account what's happening, in the recent times in crypto, maybe, the less reliance on third parties, the better. And this is a way for users, to avoid this reliance and to jump into the metaverse, which is much more interesting than what DeFi is offering at the moment. So that's the reason why we took tokens from the vault into the metaverse, so you can earn them via the miner. And the reason behind taking rewards from the liquidity pool is that, for the most part, people are not using this function. So it was of course a way from the project to incentivize users to provide liquidity into the pool, because when you provide liquidity into the pool, the more money that is in the pool, the more stable is the token, because you require more money, let's say, or more tokens to move it around, right? So it was always important to reward users for providing liquidity into the pool, so that the price stabilized as much as possible. But looking at the impact of the increase in the return on investment, on the APYs for pooling liquidity, we didn't see any change when the rewards, I think it doubled in size, right? So the APY increased by 100%, and more people, nobody else, not a meaningful amount of people went on and increased the liquidity in the pool. So this clearly wasn't something that the users were enjoying using or whatever. So if they're not using it, makes little sense, to allocate so many tokens to something that people are not using. So this helped us move more tokens from the pool to the miner, which makes now mining very attractive in terms of return on investment, because you can purchase a miner and start earning a lot of GYMNET tokens from today until 2027. Because yes, this is the other thing. December 2027, 2028. Yeah. So actually, the numbers now are until 31st of December of 2027. So pretty much until 2020, New Year's Eve 2027. And the reason why this got extended is that, having the same amount of tokens but distributing them over a longer period of time made the transit from VBTC to GYMNET more interesting. Because if you remember, before, the emission of GYMNET lasted until 2024, and right now we are already almost at 2023. So for some users, it may be not super interesting to get into the metaverse to earn rewards for the next year and a half, right? So that's why the calendar got extended until 2028, because we figured that by then, the metaverse will be big enough to support other ways of revenue for the users, and they will not need to continue to, to receive tokens from the miner. They will be able to receive cash flow from other sources. But yeah, in only a year and a half, it was a bit tight. So giving the project until 2028 was more safe, let's say. And it makes the project more interesting for anybody who maybe was farming before in VBTC and now will be farming GYMNET, but not for only a year and a half, but for 5 years. So yeah, I mean, all of these decisions, of course, have their own reasons. It's not like decisions are made based on nothing. But of course, for some users, this could be quite problematic. However, the reason why this was done was, of course, thinking of the well-being of the project and the majority of the users. Of course, if you were in the vault and earning rewards, and now that if the vault is reduced by 90%, you may be not so happy that this happened. But in the long term, the idea is that you continue to earn the same amount of interest. In this case, from the metaverse, or hopefully more. In this case, from the metaverse instead of from the vault, because the vault, as I said, was ever less interesting and even had a new risk that wasn't so much of a risk before. So this way, it becomes safer and more interesting for everybody, and that's why the chain has been made. So overall, the system is more simple because now there's only one token. The system is as profitable because you earn the same rewards via the miner than you did before via the vault. The system also lasts for long enough, let's say. I mean, the initial version, because until 2028 there's plenty of time, to find other ways of revenue coming from the metaverse that, as you know, is growing a lot, unlike other areas of crypto that are not growing so much. And yeah, overall, of course, it looks like the advantages were much better than the disadvantages. Having said that, we understand, that this is a problem for people because they need to swap VBTC tokens for GYMNET tokens. They may need to change their strategy. Before they were doing one thing, and maybe it's more interesting now to do something else. So we understand that it could be a bit problematic for some users, but hopefully it's for the better of everybody in the long run.
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much for updating our community about these things. And I'm sure there was lots of valuable insights in what Alberto just shared with us here. And yeah, again, while you were talking, Alberto, I opened our tokenomics, which everyone can find if you go to docs.gymnetwork.io, right? You find our Git book there, which is our documentation. And under tokenomics, you get this updated chart right here that shows you how much tokens are being allocated to each of our products, let's call it that. So we have the farms, we have the vaults, right? So the BUSD and BNB, there's 2 for each of them. And these rewards right here, these token amounts, as Alberto just explained to us, they got reduced so that the freed amount from taking it from here could then be moved over here to the mining. And as you just said, Alberto, I think this is also what we keep telling the people in the webinars, when they ask the questions, is that yes, we started as the DeFi protocol, and now the focus is clearly shifting towards metaverse. You just mentioned it as being like the future technology, probably being even much more interesting. I mean, DeFi it's still very interesting. However, recently we've also seen many things happen that might also leave some people concerned. Is it safe there? However, Alpaca Finance is most likely still one of the safest, if not the safest platform out there, which is also the main reason why it got chosen, right, as the partner platform, since they're 20-fold being audited, their smart contracts. Same with us here. We're closely working with both Certic and PackShield to audit our smart contracts that are running both Gym Network and Gym Street. Now, you can see here that of the total supply, more than half of it, so 54%, a total of 320 million GYMNET tokens are now allocated as miner rewards in the metaverse. And in the webinars, what we always said is that, look, if you're currently in the vault and the farm, first of all, especially in the vault, there was no deposit fee. There is no withdrawal fee. Okay, the farm had the small 4% deposit fee. However, whoever got in there early on, you have big time, made back your deposit fee from the farm. That's for sure. And so these rewards are not gone. They're just moved from the DeFi platform over to the metaverse. So everyone still has the option to just go come over here to Gym Street, get some land and miners, so that you get to continue to earn the same GYMNET rewards that you previously earned in the vault and the farm, only that they're now being issued as rewards from the miner NFTs in the metaverse, because there, as Alberto said, this is our own product, right? Where we don't have to rely on any third parties. The miners, they're coming from us. The rewards are being issued to those who have purchased miners and attached them to their land NFTs. And what's also important to understand is that when it comes to company growth, right here, we're actually selling tangible products that are generating real income, which is also very important, because that is, again, something that's benefiting the whole community right here, since that income can then be used, for example, as buy and burn power, right? And one thing is that you also we changed the buy and burn algorithm from the linear that we had in place back to an immediate, so that this effect can happen much faster. So every time an NFT gets purchased in the metaverse, be it land and or miners or bundles, whatever. Alberto, how much percent is it again? Help me out here. I think it was 11. 11% is being used from each NFT purchase to buy back and burn GYMNET tokens, right?
8%.
So, was it 8? Okay, I didn't know by heart right now. And so thanks for updating us here. And maybe you want to go into a little bit more detail on that part, again, for the people to help them understand how this can now take much faster effect. So we, remove the linear algorithm every time an NFT gets purchased. 8% is used to buy and burn tokens. And then also, are we still going to add to the liquidity pool as we previously did?
No, at the moment, money is only going to the buy and burn. So it's not going to a liquidity pool because, well, as I explained before, most people were not making use of the liquidity pool, and it's something that in the future could be done from the company, or from the system, as it was being done before. But at the time, it looks like it could be more interesting for all the users to use this amount directly for buy and burn instead of going for liquidity. The reason why this is done now and not before is because, well, it's one of the advantages, of going for one token instead of two, because in the case of VBTC, since it was a new token, it needed the liquidity, and this liquidity had to come from somewhere, from the users and from the system, right? But in the case of GYMNET, there's out of liquidity already, because this token has been around for a while, and yeah, so it's not necessary to increase the liquidity as much as it was for VBTC. So this is one of the advantages of having only one token and be it GYMNET. So yeah, everything goes to buy and burn, and if you remember, in the first version of GYMNET, which experienced the transition, or let's say the increase from less than 1 cent to over 1 cent, right? Because initially the token was launched at a price of 0.004, and it went from that to 0.01, so 1 cent. And it did this under a system that was, well, a lot less interesting, of course, and had 10% buy and burn, right? So with 10% buy and burn, this happened back then, and now, well, 10% we figured it would be too much, but 8% was, I think, a good number to to settle on for this. And yeah, the idea is that now every NFT that is purchased, 8% of it is used to buy the token in the market and burn these GYMNET tokens.
Yeah, that's still a great amount, of course. And then again, some percentages of all the sales are also being allocated to, for example, our affiliate plan. So a total of 68%. If I would just, come back here and move forward a few more slides, we can see here that in total, we're allocating 68% of all the generated turnover to our affiliates, those who are helping, growing Gym Street and spreading the world so that we can become bigger and also, do more good and become like the first financial district in the metaverse. It's very, very exciting. And we're soon going to start releasing some, short scenes to show you guys what the metaverse is actually going to look like. So ImmersiveX, our visual effects company, they're right now working on creating, some showcase scenes. And we've just received the first of them that we will now in the coming days upload to our YouTube channel, and then of course share with you guys in the community. Now, one thing that I wanted to add here to what you said, Alberto, because I was looking at this right here. If we go to our partner platform, which is Alpaca Finance, right? We come to their lending platform. Now, when someone makes a deposit into the vault, that deposit amount, be it BNB or BUSD, gets forwarded directly into Alpaca Finance's lending platform. Now, in the past, what happened here is that, now if you see something like this, this is probably a very short-term spike in lending interest that you might earn here. Yesterday evening when I was looking, this was at, I think, 12 or 13%. So, but currently there seems to be a high demand for BNB lending. So that's why it might go up like this. Now, what I was going to tell our community here is that this interest right here that we've earned from your vault deposits has been used again for the buy and burn mechanism, right? To stabilize the token price, because we figured in relation to the GYMNET rewards that people could earn from their vault deposits, the interest that was coming from Alpaca Finance wasn't that high. Now that the GYMNET rewards got reduced, again, it becomes more interesting also to receive, the interest itself that's coming from Alpaca Finance. So the developers, they're right now working on rewriting the smart contracts such that this amount right here that's being generated as interest from your vault deposits will not be used for buy and burn any longer, but instead is going to be forwarded back to those who are depositing into the vault on Gym Network 100%. So what you're going to earn is, in the case of, well, let's look at BNB right now, since it's currently spiking up, you'd be earning 153% on your BNB deposit in Alpaca Finance. However, take this with a grain of salt and some caution. These are short spikes up. This is not sustainable. However, whatever is being generated here from your vault deposit will be forwarded back to you 100% plus. And now let's come back here to our dashboard and go to the vaults right here. BNB, currently we're looking at, just a second. BUSD is at 6%. Now, Alberto, help me. I'm getting a little bit confused here, because yesterday I saw also 5 or 6% here for the BNB. So they were like at almost the same amount. What you need to know, though, is that your vault deposit will be combined from the interest that's coming back from Alpaca, right, that your deposit is earning there, plus what you get on top in the form of GYMNET, which may not be that much anymore compared to what people could receive before we changed, the rewards and switched it over to the miners. But you're still going to get whatever Alpaca Finance has to offer, plus some GYMNET rewards. So I would think that it's still a good deal for anyone who would have been interested in using Alpaca Finance's lending pool anyways. So that's just something I was going to add here to what you said, Alberto. And that's also what we had here as a summary on this slide, saying that there is some sort of compensation for the reduced rewards in that case. And the farming, you already talked about it, that the reduced liquidity is most likely going to result in the price pumping faster, because the changed buy and burn algorithm, the 8% from every NFT purchase that's immediately being used for the buy and burn, can have a much higher effect on it when the pool is smaller. All right, now, Luis, back to this part right here. I think now it's time to pass the word on to Luis, because, and I want to fast forward to another slide. On the 3rd of December, we are going to launch this new global line bonus right here, which is part of the overall affiliate system that Gym Street has to offer. As you guys know, you can build your own affiliate business with Gym Street by recommending, our metaverse to your peers. And the moment when they purchase, for example, their piece of land to become a virtual landowner in the first financial district in the metaverse. Imagine you could go back in time, travel to Manhattan Island, New York, where Wall Street is located today, and just purchase a little piece of land there. And 100 years later, how much would it be worth today? Now, you don't have to wait 100 years for sure, because everything is happening much faster these days, and development cycles, they're going much faster, right? And the metaverse trend, it's already happening. So we are kind of like jumping on it. But within that metaverse trend, I believe that we are creating something innovative still, because there's, at least we haven't seen it yet, that there's a pure financial district in the metaverse that's completely devoted to offering finance products to the people who come here. And that's why we like to call it experience finance, because what we're going to do is, of course, we will combine the whole thing with the virtual reality. So later on, as we've already talked about, when we start releasing those showcase scenes, you'll be able to enter the metaverse via VR and interact with the products in a completely never seen before way. However, on the way there, it's also interesting to offer the people who are already in this a way to recommend it to your peers and earn a commission on the way there. Now, affiliate marketing, that's a very common way, a very common growth concept. Instead of spending your money on advertisement from company sides, you are investing that advertising budget into an affiliate plan, and you allow those who go out there and do the advertising for you, which is the idea behind affiliate marketing, to earn a commission. And in total, Gym Street is giving away 68% from all the generated sales that are coming from land and miner NFTs at the moment to earn for our affiliates. Now, on the one hand, we have the affiliate plan that allows everyone who is, directly generating sales or indirectly via a 25 level plan, you can earn direct sales commission. So on level 1, it means you get 10%. If your sponsored level 1 partners bring in someone else, that's your level 2. Again, you get another 7%, and so on, all the way up to level 25. Now, next to that, we also have several different affiliate pools. And I would like to remind you that every AMA session is being recorded. So you can just go back to last week's recording where Luis and I have already talked about all of this in much detail. We've gone through the affiliate plan and all the affiliate pools, how they work, what's the earnings potential, and so on. But today we want to emphasize the global line bonus, especially because this is something that we're going to add here soon. It will be launched on the 3rd of December. Starting tonight, we're going to start posting about it and run a little internal marketing campaign to get you all prepared and, you know, ready to get in line, basically. So let me jump forward here to this slide, Luis, and hand it over to you. What's this whole global line all about, and why is it such an innovative way for everyone? Because as we can read here, everyone can earn on everyone else who joins after them. Now, how does this work in detail, and how can everyone benefit from it?
Fantastic. Thank you, Timo. It excites me when it comes to an opportunity whereby we have a reward for each and everyone who contributes. Before I touch on the global line, I like to illustrate this. Have you ever thought or wondered what are the most valuable companies in the world today? Have you ever thought of the most valuable or biggest companies in the world today? What are they? What differentiates them? What makes them different? What makes them unique? What makes them big? What makes them have this significance? What makes them become the biggest companies in the world today? We are talking of companies like Amazon. We are talking of companies like Facebook. Why are they so valuable? Have you ever thought of it? As a Gym Network, as a Gym Street user, or as a Gym Street participant or community member, whoever you are, have you ever thought of what makes other companies so valuable today? I've been thinking about it, Timo. I was thinking about it, Alberto, I was thinking about it. I realized one thing, and the one thing I've learned is that what makes them different is just the network. Let me explain.
Okay.
Let me explain. Let me explain a bit. It's companies like Google, like Facebook, like Amazon. All these companies have one thing in common, which is networks, right? Why am I saying so? It's networks. If you look at Uber, it's the biggest company, again, a valuable company. It's a transport network, right? And when you look at Google, it's a data network. If you look at Facebook, it's a social media network company. If you look at Bitcoin, back to where we are in the blockchain space, Bitcoin is a value network, money network, right? So each and every individual that comes in and join a network adds value. That's what makes this company so much valuable and so much unique. It's the same ideology that we have philosophy with Gym Street here. So it means that each and every user that comes and join Gym Street adds value. Each and every user that comes in and unlock a wallet and they buy a parcel, they add value to the network. Okay, so that's the most beautiful thing. Then Gym Street now has come up with a concept to say, you cannot just come and be a user of Gym Street and not be rewarded for it. Yes, we know that you have made a conscious decision to say, I want to be part and parcel of, I want to be part of this technology, which is the first financial district in the metaverse. Yes. But one thing that now Gym Street has come up with is to say, let's reward you for being a user or coming on board being a user of Gym Street, right? Now, with the global line, it works like this. It says that whoever will come and purchase a land parcel from Gym Street from the 3rd of December, we still believe that we are starting on the 3rd of December, right? Just a disclaimer.
That's right.
From the 3rd of December, if you purchase a land parcel of $100, you will be placed in what we call a global line. Okay, so when Salto purchases a land parcel, and I come and I purchase a land parcel after Salto, I would be placed under Salto, meaning that when Salto is active and I come in and I purchase the land parcel, Salto will receive a commission, a reward of which is a commission from my purchase, which is unique, even though I was not recruited by Salto. When Alberto comes in all the way from Spain, says, hey, I want to purchase land parcels within Jim Street, even though he's not recruited by me or Salto, I will benefit from whatever amount that Alberto uses to purchase the land parcel, and Salto will benefit. So it's amazing, because this is, it's all about to say, we are saying thank you for being part of Jim Street. We are just rewarding you for believing in the vision, and for you for coming in on board to add value in our network in building our first financial district metaverse. So it's all about to say thank you. It's a reward, a commission rewarding you to say thank you for coming to add value in our vision and our goal of building this massive metaverse. Okay, so with the global line, it will work like this. There is a 4% that is taken away from each and every purchase just for the global line commission. So each and every one that will be purchasing land parcels from the 3rd of December, 4% will be deducted and distributed amongst each and every one that is already on the global line. So meaning that if you are the first, you will be receiving commissions from people that will be coming, purchasing land parcels after you. So that's unique. That's how unique this concept is. So with this global line, you will have an opportunity to purchase from as little as $100, or $100, you get one share. If you purchase with 285, you receive 3 shares, which is amazing. If you purchase with 750, you are receiving 8 shares. Mind you, as you go up with these figures, you are almost like getting discounts, because look at it, $100, you are getting 1 share. 285, you are getting 3 shares. Okay, so it's discounted. So it's beneficial to you too. So it's a way to say, thank you for believing in this. You are taking a higher risky. So those who will take more risky and higher risky, they will receive a kind of like a discount just on this purchase too. Right? That's amazing. So as you go up again, you will have an opportunity to purchase a land parcel for worthy 3,750. Remember, these are bangles now. You will get this, and you will benefit not only by just purchasing the land parcel, but you will get the land miners, the virtual miners on your package. So isn't it that amazing for you to receive passive rewards of GYMNET token? That's important. So you will have all these packages, and then we have the second of the last, which is $7,500, and you are getting 100 shares from it. And the last one is it's worth 17,500, and you are getting 300 shares. Okay, so all these are available to each and every one of us that wants to position ourselves in the space of the metaverse. Not only that, by you becoming a user in Jim Street, you are adding value to Jim Street, and you going out there to say, hey, there is an amazing opportunity for us to experience firsthand the metaverse, which is the financial district you will be rewarded for it. Remember, this is not just only the commission reward. We have the structure that Timo is already talking about it. And this is another one, which is an additional to what we already have. So with this one, ladies and gentlemen, you have an opportunity to come in on the 3rd of December, and each and every one that comes purchasing land parcels and virtual mine after you, you will be receiving commissions on a day-to-day basis, and it will be there for 90 days. If I'm not mistaken, Timo, we spoke about this. Did we change to 30 days or it to remain 90?
It's 90 days. And what's also important to know that it's a fixed time frame, right? So it starts on the 3rd of December. It will last 90 days. And it doesn't matter where you get in, you participate in the remainder of the 90 days. So where's my mouse pointer here? So that's the 90 days rally, right? So 4% during that 90 days gets added to the global line, and it's being distributed, as you just said, among the people who are already in the line for 90 days. Now, if you happen to come in on, let's say, day 70 or 80, you will participate in the remaining 10 or 20 days. That's just how it is. That's how the global line works. However, it doesn't really matter because anyone gets to participate anyways. Of course, the earlier you get in, the better. However, up to this point, or up to the 3rd of December, there was no global line at all. So did that prevent anyone, from purchasing land at miners? No. Now with the global line, of course, there's an additional great reason to do so, but it shouldn't be like the only reason. This is like an additional benefit, an extra bonus, the global line bonus. And why I get so excited about it, Luis, as you just said, it is granted to everyone. There's just one requirement. That's the minimum purchase amount of $100, which happens to be the price of the one basic land parcel anyways, until the automated price index will, change to the next price once we sell the first 10%. However, that's all. You don't need to be an active affiliate. You don't need to generate monthly turnover. You don't need to have, at least 2 people in your team structure or whatever. There are no strings attached. Every single person who purchases a simple, basic land parcel will automatically be added to the line and participate in the 4% that's allocated to the global line bonus and distributed among all participants who are in line from every purchase that's coming after you. So earn on people that are not in your team. And yes, it's true, hurry up, because the earlier you get in, and that's what's happening already. As you know, we have huge communities over in Asia, especially Korea, Japan, South Korea, to be more precise, if that's important for you. So these people, they're already getting excited. They're like, oh man, I need to get prepared. I want to be one of the first getting in line so that for 90 days, I get to participate in every single purchase that's happening after I got in line. And it doesn't matter if you're the first, the second, 10, even 100 person who are getting in. For 90 days, you get to participate in any purchase above $100 according to your shares, of course. So as you said, Luis, so starting 100, you get 1 share. At 285, you get 3 shares, and so on. You can get up to 300 shares by purchasing the largest super bundle at 17,500. And what this means is that from that 4%, in this example, we're seeing there's a $3,000 purchase being made. 4% equals $120 in this case. We have 10 shares already within the global line here in our example. This guy has 1 share, he has 2 shares, and the third person right here, maybe be it she, has 7 shares, right? So we have 10 shares in total. Within the global line, we have a commission amount, 4% from that purchase that's happening here. That's 120. We need to divide that by 10 because that's the number of shares currently in the global line. And now $12 per share are being distributed among all the shares, meaning that if you own 1 share, well, you get $12. Do you own 2 shares? You'll get 2 times $12. That's 24 in this case. Or if you own 7 shares, you'll get 7 times that amount, which in this example would equal $84. That's going to be distributed to this person in the line. Of course, the more people get in line after you, what does it mean? Well, there are more people. The global line bonus has to be shared, or distributed among. So your global line bonus will become smaller from every purchase that's happening, but you will get it from every purchase that's happening after you. So once you got in line, just lean back. I mean, actually, there's nothing that you would have to do differently. If you are convinced by participating in the first financial district in the metaverse, right? If you want to be part of this awesome project that we are building here all together, well, even without the global line, you would want to become a part of it. Now, additionally to that, you get that global line. That's a bonus that's coming on top to make it even more rewarding, to make it even more fun, because every single person gets to participate and receive their part from what's being shared among all the global line participants here. But yeah, I think, Luis, you've explained it in much detail. So thank you so much for that. So to help everyone understand how they can benefit from the global line. It will start on the 3rd of December. That should be next week, Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. I would have to take a look at my calendar. And the 3rd, yes, that is next week, Saturday. So that's just 1 week from now. And starting tonight, we are going to run an internal advertising campaign for their global line to get everyone, excited about it, and to inform all of you about what's coming and how you can benefit from it, and to make sure that you prepare, that you get in line, that you reserve your spot, so that on the 3rd of December, you'll be ready to make your purchase, to be among the first to reserve your spot here, and to participate in all the purchases that are happening after you. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that we will talk about this again next Friday, because then it's going to be like the last day before the global line launch, right? So we'll be super excited about it, even more than today, than we are already. Just as a word of preparation, we do expect a lot of traffic next week, Saturday, on the 3rd of December on our platform. It could happen that some transaction may not go through and so on, but we will talk about this again in more detail next week. I think for today, let's call it a day. It's been almost 1 hour already. I don't even recognize the time flying by so fast. When we're in this AMA session together, it's just so exciting, so many things to talk about, to share with the community, right? So, but we'll be back here again next week to keep you updated about what's happening at Gym Network and Gym Street, so that everyone is on the same page. In the meantime, let me remind you just one more time, not about Alpaca Finance, but by the way, see, BNB, it's come back down to 15%. So that was just like sometimes you see these short spikes happen there. But that 15%, if you make your deposit in the vault, once we implemented that part, will be also forwarded back to you, plus the GYMNET rewards that you receive as a vault participant. Right now, as long as it takes, these interests, they're already taken out of the buy and burn mechanism, and they will be like saved up. And the moment it gets activated in the system, you're going to receive your interest rate from Alpaca Finance in hindsight, but we'll keep you informed about this as well. Now, what I wanted to remind you of is the fact that right here, you can always come to our link tree, right, which is to be found at linktree/gymnet. Let me take that here and post into our YouTube chat right here. And you will find here at the very top, of course, our weekly AMAs. You can come there directly to attend. You'll find our documentation that takes you right here to our Gitbook, where you can read everything about Gym Network. And for example, we've looked at it, the new tokenomics. So we're also constantly updating the information here. of course. And next to that, you find our Gym Network YouTube channel, our Gym Street YouTube channel, and the AMA sessions. They are being recorded and shared with you on the Gym Network YouTube channel, whereas the webinar recordings that we're also doing every week, live webinars, those are to be found on the Gym Street YouTube channel. So it makes a lot of sense for you to subscribe to both our YouTube channels, right? So that you'll always be notified when we upload new material there. Other than that, we would love for you to subscribe to our Twitter. Also, that's mainly like for marketing purposes. Twice a week, we post there something about our projects, right? But mainly to stay up to date and always be informed firsthand, it's best for you to join us on Telegram, subscribe to our Telegram channel, and at least our main official group, the English-speaking group. We have many lovely moderators there who are eager, to inform you about Gym Network, about Gym Street, what's happening. If you have, some questions, you can just, post your questions here and they'll be ready to answer them for you. Other than that, we also have different groups in different languages where we post all our content translated into those languages so that you don't have to do that yourself, right? So even that, we are taking care of the community and making sure that everyone, that no one gets left behind. All right, guys. Luis, from my end, that's it. I would love for you to wrap it up for today before we close the Zoom meeting here.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Timo. Thank you, Alberto, for the explanation on the integration of GYMNET token from VBTC. Thank you, Timo, for that, for everything that you have already explained. And it shows that the community can see, as a user, you can see how passionate Gym Network team is and Gym Street team is to make sure that you are set for success, because this is all about taking that decision and making your own, taking that 100% responsibility to make it happen. So thank you so much. And I would like to appreciate you too, as a user of GYMNET, Gym Street and Gym Network. We really appreciate you. We know that you have faith and a belief that this will change your life, not only us, not only certain individuals, but you too. So thank you so much. And one thing I would like to say to you is that as we are about to get to the global line, the streamline that is launching on the 3rd of December, next Saturday, I would like you to position yourself right now by making sure that you prepare yourself and say, okay, I want to have, if you want to have 1 share, it's up to you. If you want to have those 30 shares, it's up to you. You prepare yourself based on your capability or on your financial arm as an individual, but don't let this opportunity pass you by. If I were you, I would be positioning myself today. I'll be like thinking, how can I raise that $3,000? How can I raise that $7,500? How can I raise the $750 in order to position yourself for that? Because remember, success loves speed. So the speed, the rate, or the rate of you taking action from the 3rd or going forward will determine how far you can go in terms of how much you will be rewarded for being a Gym Street user. So thank you so much. And I would like to say thank you once more again. We want to see you at the top. Remember, the bottom is always overcrowded and you deserve to be at the top. And that's where you are supposed to be. And we'll see you at the top because the bottom is overcrowded. And at the top, that's where you belong. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend. Bye for now.